What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Tekken 8 Beginner's Guide. Today we are looking at Deviljin, one of my absolute favorite characters in this game. I love what they've done with him. He's such a cool character. So we're going to be going over all the basics, everything you need to know to get started. As always, this is meant more for new players. All you really need to know is just the basic Tekken mechanics, which if you don't know, I have a full guide. Go check it out. It'll teach you everything you need to know to start watching character guides. And then the Tekken notation, because I am going to be referring to moves by the numbers. So if you don't know the Tekken notation, go Google it or something. Other than that, you're pretty much good to start learning the character. And yeah, we're just going to be going over the basics. Not going to be doing any like combos or anything. Just his basic tools, give you an idea of the character so you can decide if you want to play him. So Deviljin is a very interesting character because he is a Mishima. He has all the Mishima tools you would expect. But now in Tekken 8, he has insane range. He is one of the best range in the game. He's a very aggressive character, but his cool thing is that he can pressure you from like no matter how far you are away. So your opponent might think, oh, I'm standing over here, I'm safe. Nope, in your face immediately. With his new stance, Morning Crow, which of course we'll talk about, no matter where you are not safe. I can be in your face in an instant. Forward, forward, 4, like great rush down. Amazing ways to get in your face and start his pressure. So let's start with like the very basics. We'll start with his poking game. Jab, pretty decent jab. A little bit nerfed compared to Tekken 7. The range isn't great, but we always talk about the jab in every one of these episodes. Jab is just so important for keeping your opponent honest, you know? It gives a +1, so jab is just 1 if you don't know. Boom, jab, keep your opponent honest. If they don't duck this, you can just keep going because it's +1. Once your opponent starts ducking your jabs, we of course mix in our down forward 1. Deviljin's down forward 1. It's a new animation in this game. It's not the greatest. It is 13 frames, so it's not like super slow or anything, but it is -6 on block. So you are giving up your turn, although it is of course completely safe. But good to mix up when your opponent starts ducking your jab. Down forward 1. We do have an extension as well. We can do down forward 1, 2. High, -9, safe on block. But again, high means they can duck it if they want. So be careful with that. But yeah, generally, in terms of his poking, we're using our jab, we're using our down forward 1. Pretty similar to most other characters. In terms of other safe pressure moves, up 3, very, very strong move. A little bit slow to start up, but as you can see, gives +3 on block. So very good to use to pressure your opponents. +3 on block, what's not to like, right? Mid, so it can't be ducked or anything. Excellent move, excellent move. Up 2, oops. Up 2 is a safe high. It has tracking, as you can see. It gives a knockdown into very good pressure on, is it counter hit? Yeah, so, boom. You don't even need counter hit. On regular hit, knockdown, this is a great place to be because you can start your wave dash 50-50s, which we're going to talk about. But up 2, excellent move. Safe. It is a high, so it can be ducked, but usually single hit highs aren't that big of a deal. Like, you're not really worried about this getting ducked too often. 20 frames, so relatively fast to come out. Great move. We have back forward 2-1-2, the laser cannon. This is an excellent string. It's always been very good on Deviljin. Boom. So back forward 2-1-2, 3 hit, safe on block, only -8, and it is a mid. Very, very good for checking your opponent. If you know your opponent likes to mash, you can use this. Very great option. Laser cannon, super iconic move as well. We have 4, standard tracking high, safe on block of course. If your opponent likes to sidestep, you can throw this out. Unfortunately, it no longer counter hit launches because all magic 4s have been, or all 4s like that have been nerfed in Tekken 8. But it does give good frames, +10, so good advantage, good move to use. What else do we have? We have, okay, this is a new move. This is forward, this is crouch dash, which we're going to talk about crouch dash in a bit, but just to start, forward, neutral, down, down, forward. So forward, neutral, down, down, forward. You get the crouch dash like this, and we press 1+2. This is a brand new move in Tekken 8. Don't worry about the crouch dash, I'm going to talk about that later, but this is a good move for his neutral. It's a mid, safe on block at -9, and grants it does a ton of damage on hit, and grants a big knockdown. So, definitely one of his better moves. Look at that. Look at that damage, and look at that knockdown. Excellent power mid. And, of course, it tracks, so your opponent cannot sidestep this. If they do, they're going to get hit. Great new move for his kit. Very good in the neutral. Back 4. Great move. One of the best counter hit launchers in the game. So, full counter hit launcher. Safe on block. If you're jabbing, you're using your down forward 1, you're pressuring them, and you think your opponent's going to start pressing after, we can use, boom, back 4. And if we go here, full counter hit launcher. What's not to like? Pretty fast too, 17 frames, so don't sleep on that move. Very, very good move. We have forward 2, the Demon Paw. As good as it's ever been. It is now a heat engager, so 4-4-2, boom, takes you straight into heat and to start your pressure. Leaves you right in front of your opponent and they have to take a mix-up. It's completely safe on block, good for getting in. It's a demon paw. A lot of characters have moves like this. Insanely strong. Safe on block, opponent can't punish it. Use this move a lot. It's one of your main power mids that you'll be mixing in because your opponents are going to want to duck against Devil Jin because of how strong his lows are. So having mids like this that are super strong, heat engagers, are very, very helpful for him. Very helpful for him. So, what else do we have? Up forward 4. Another insanely strong mid move. Again, heat engager, boom, takes you straight into your heats. Safe on block. Evasive, as you can see here, he jumps into the air, meaning if you know your opponent likes to use lows, boom, completely evades it. Great move, excellent move, as good as it's ever been in Tekken 8. So that, along with your Demon Paw, are probably your two best mids, in my opinion, and they're both heat engagers, so excellent moves, I have to say, excellent moves. We have, okay, this is a little bit of a more gimmicky one, but it is worth mentioning. Back 3, look at this evasion. It's a heat engager, very unsafe, -18, so your opponent can launch you for this. But if you're just like playing neutral, like jabbing using your down forward 1, and you make a read on your opponent, you know they're going to press a button, boom, back 3, heat engager, very evasive. The animation is also a little bit misleading. It kind of looks like a low, so your opponent might be tempted to try and crouch punish this. Nope, it's a mid, heat engager, boom. And speaking of super risky options, we have another one, which is up 4, again, -25 on block, so very unsafe, but it kind of has the same theme as the back 3, as like a get off me tool to like steal your turn. So if you know your opponent's going to press something, you can use up back 4. It's great, it's pretty good keep out as well. Like, hey, I know you're going to press. Nope, my turn. And as you can see here, it is a full launcher, so it leads into your full combos. Worth noting, again, very unsafe. Don't just throw it out willy-nilly. Be careful with it. But it is worth noting. We have back 1+3. This is a counter. So if our opponent hits us here, we get a little animation. We do some extra damage to him. Counters are pretty important. Obviously, be careful with how you use it, but it is a good tool. And then it is Devil Jin, so we do have the standard Mishima tools. That means we have the Electric Wind Godfist. If you guys are wondering how to do this, it's going to take some time and practice. It's definitely an execution-based move, so I wouldn't worry about it learning it too quickly if you're brand new to the game. But we get it by doing the forward, neutral, down, down, forward, like this. And on the same frame that we press down, forward, we press 2. So we do boom. And I don't need to... You guys already know how strong the Electric is, right? Like, super iconic move. High, +5 on block, insane knockback, and on regular hit, it's never been more deadly. Look at that damage. Like, what's not to like, right? Devil Jin's damage is just, it's so crazy in this game. I love it. I love how flashy his combos look. I'm so excited to just keep playing this character. I love him. So, Electric... takes some time to learn if you're brand new, but it is a very important part of his kit. You want to be comfortable with that move. And speaking of the Electric, we have the Crouch Dash, which I talked about a little bit earlier. This is the exact same input as the Electric, but just don't press any buttons. So this one, it's not really hard to do. It's hard to do fast, but you can get it out. You can get just one of them really easily. And just like all the other Mishimas, we have great options out of the Crouch Dash. So off of the Crouch Dash, if we press 4, we have his Hell Sweep. One of the best lows in the game. And it has a couple extensions. So if we do Crouch Dash, 4-4, boom, boom, 2 hit, 38 damage. As you can see, none of the health is recoverable, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And it leaves you +4 right in front of the opponent. This is excellent for when you're at the wall. But if you want to go for a little bit more damage, we can do Crouch Dash 4 into 1+2. This leads into a full combo. And look at that, 49 damage off of a low. That's incredible. It is recoverable, so you can kind of decide if you want to go for the true damage version or the or this version for the combo. But very, very good Hell Sweep. And this is one of the reasons why your opponent's going to want to be ducking, because with all of his pressure, you're going to be in his face. They're going to be expecting this. So, and when they are expecting this, because you have to be careful with the Hell Sweep because it is launch punishable. If your opponent blocks it, you're going to explode. But one of the best, probably, I think it's the best Hell Sweep in the game. So, very, very, very strong move. And again, we get it just by doing forward, neutral, down, down, forward, and 4. And 4-4 or 4-1+2. I think the, if you're interested in the combo for it, I'm pretty sure the combo is in the sample combo. if I remember correctly. Yeah, it is. So you can learn it right here. So pretty easy to combo to do. You don't have to worry about execution or anything like that. Really quick, if you guys are enjoying this video and are interested in more beginner's guides like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. I'm trying to make this YouTube thing work out for me, and only about 7% of my viewers are subscribed. So please consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. It's free to do, and you can always change your mind if you don't like my content later on. Anyway, back to the video. Very strong. Out of crouch dash, we also have mid mix up with crouch dash 3. A little bit slow to start up. He jumps into the air, but if you're crouch dashing and your opponent keeps like holding duck, which a lot of people will do in low level, we do crouch dash 3, get a full combo off of that. What's not to like, right? Great option. That's pretty much it for crouch dash. Again, we have 1+2, which was the move we talked about earlier. This is the safe mid homing move that does lots of damage. Another really, really great option. That's about it for crouch dash. Let's set him back to block. Now we're going to start getting into Devil Jin's identity in this game with all of his new like insane range stuff. Which is, we'll start with forward, forward, 4. Look at this range. Pretty insane range, I have to say. Like this is nothing to scoff at. It won't hit from like that far, but boom, safe on block, mid -6. So if your opponent starts ducking, we can use this, and it is full counter hit launcher. Boom. And going off of that, we have his new stance, which I'm going to talk about really quickly. Morning Crow. You get it by just pressing forward 3. This is insane. This is one of the coolest new stances that's ever been added to Tekken, in my opinion. Look at that range. I wonder how far back we can actually go. Like, I haven't tested as how far back. Like, look at that range. Like, come on. If your opponent is, like, anywhere close to you, you're going to get away with this. And this just goes into Devil Jin can pressure you from anywhere. From literally anywhere. With the forward, forward 4, and with the forward 3. And we're going to talk about all the different options that come from this forward 3. But first, we have to talk about the move that usually you'll be using that'll go into this stance. So we have up 1. There's a brand new move, the chain. This move will naturally, on block or on hit, transition into the Morning Crow stance. So we press up 1, automatically, you don't have to press, my hands are off the controller. Up 1, he automatically flies in and goes into the Morning Crow stance. And this is the main way you're going to be doing it. Up 1, this move is, to put it bluntly, it's ridiculous. It's insanely overpowered. It's a high, that's its only weakness. It can't be ducked. And it is, if your opponent sidesteps or ducks, it is relatively laggy, if we say here. There's a lot of recovery time, so you be like a little bit careful. But this move is so good because, especially for people in low ranks, like let's be honest, if you're in low ranks, you're gonna be playing against an Alisal. It's just gonna be like mashing buttons, just like fucking using all this random shit. So if you just like dash back a little bit, and you press up 1, it counters all of that. It completely counters keep out. So if you know your opponent likes to press when you're like far away because they're new to the game, up 1, boom. Again, on block, it gives plus 11 on block. So it gives you an automatic Morning Crow mix-up. So let's talk about what we can do out of this, out of the Morning Crow. So we have a couple options. So after doing the up 1, you can press 1 immediately after, which if we set him to standing block twice, which is what most people would be doing. This is a mid that gives you plus 8. Like the plus frames on this guy are incredible. I'm gonna make a video like going into like frame data for new players, but generally plus frames just means it's still your turn. You keep the advantage even though they blocked your attack. So very, very good. We always want plus frames in Tekken. So we press 1 after, mid plus 8. And that means your opponent has to eat another mix-up. So after doing that, we can look for like Hell Sweep. We can look for a Demon Paw. We have the full advantage. We can look for a grab, which I am going to talk about his grabs later. He has excellent grabs in this game. So many options you get off of this 1. So 1 is going to be your best option. It does have a weakness off of the Morning Crow. The 1 can be interrupted off of the up 1. So if we do up 1, 1, if your opponent knows you're looking for that and they press jab, they can actually jab you out of that and float you and start a combo. So we beat this by pressing 2. 2, 2. This is his other option. Very, very strong. Boom, boom. It's minus 14, but if they do try and press anything, it'll go right through. And it is a heat engager. Set him to... we can keep this one. Boom. We do. Heat engager. Starts your combo. And what's also cool about this is it's natural. So if your opponent's mashing, just pressing random buttons, you hit this. As soon as you hit the first hit, if you press 2-2, this is all guaranteed. They can't block it. So Devil Jin basically has a whiff punish tool from this far away. He can whiff punish you. If you miss, like you use any move and he's this far, boom. Goes in, heat engager, you take 32 damage. Insane whiff punisher. The only downside, again, is that it is minus 14 on block, so you have to be kind of careful. Some characters will launch you for this, but excellent option, I have to say. Excellent option. We have 3 off of the Morning Crow. This is safe on block, minus 7. Very good to hit opponents who are grounded. Sometimes if your opponent, if you like you knock them down and your opponents are just like staying on the ground, you can use this to like flip them over. It's also, a lot of people don't know this, it's also a counter hit launcher. Starts your full combo. So if you know your opponent likes to press whenever you go in like this, boom, safe on block, mid, special mid, so they can duck it, they can block it while crouching, but you get a full combo. Excellent option. Those are the main 3 you'll be using out of Morning Crow. Those are definitely like the best options. So take some time to get familiar with this. These are, it's insane. Like it's crazy how much options Devil Jin has out of this. Because again, if you know anything about the standard Mishima gameplay, we're gonna be, it's all about 50-50s, right? We go in, press 1, start our pressure, threaten the Hell Sweep, threaten the Demon Paw, threaten the Electric. So many great options. Devil Jin is just, he's great at all ranges because. And I think they have made him a little bit simpler in this game. Previously in Tekken, to approach, you'd have to rely on crouch dash like this, which does take pretty good execution. But now you don't even have to crouch dash to get in. You literally can just, boom, forward 3. So I am a big fan of that. In terms of heat, he has some of the best heat in the game, in my opinion. Mainly just because his heat burst has insane range. Look at this range. I'm sure there's going to be combo videos coming out of Devil Jin because he does have some of the best combos in the game as well. There's going to be more stuff coming out, but look at this range. Insane range. Great for extending combos. In terms of what else he gets out of heat, he gets, if we put him to this, and standing. The move we talked about earlier, the forward neutral, or the crouch dash 1+2, becomes an extension where you get a laser. So forward, neutral, down, down, forward, 1+2. Oops. That's not heat. Boom. You get a laser follow-up. It becomes a full launcher when you're in heat. So this move was already super good, like I said earlier, but in heat, it's even better. Very, very strong. Obviously, he is a Mishima, so in heat, he gets free electric, so if your execution's not great, I'm trying to miss one. Oops. There we go. As you can see, if you miss one, you get it for free anyway. It takes a bit of your heat gauge. And in terms of heat smashes, we have 2 of the best heat smashes in the game. His first heat smash, full screen. Look at that. Like, that's ridiculous. It doesn't matter how far away you're standing. If you see your opponent whiff something, press your heat smash button. You're immediately in their face. Plus 11 on block, so you don't get punished at all for using it. And what's also cool is, as you can see, it automatically does your chain attack, your up 1. So it just, you start your full mix-up off of this. Boom, up 1, you can press 1 again, and you have just so many plus frames, and you get so much mix-up potential. Insane heat smash. His other heat smash is even better. Out of the crow stance, so out of forward 3, if we press the heat smash button, we get a grab. This is a completely unbreakable grab. This is kind of a noob killer, honestly. Your opponent, they can't break this. If they get scared and they don't press anything, and you get this, they automatically just take the damage. Super, super strong. Abuse this in low levels, because no one's going to know how to deal with it. Very strong heat smash. Another stance, which I didn't mention, it's not the greatest. He has a fly stance, so if we just press 3+4, oops, just plus 3+4, he goes into the air. Not the greatest. All of his options off of this are like very, very laggy and unsafe. Kind of gets overshadowed by his Morning Crow. But the one option I will say that's worth noting is 3+4, and then we press 2. This is a grab. It'll beat a lot of bad players who don't know how to deal with it. I think it is actually unbreakable, so keep that in mind. You can't, if your opponent's like really scared of you, you're like electricking, you can look for this off of the fly stance. That's the only really like decent move off of fly stance, though. I think everything else is pretty weak in this game. But yeah, that's pretty much been Devil Jin. We'll talk about his lows really quick. As always, like I said, Hell Sweep, one of the best lows in the game. Insanely threatening at all points in the game. We have down 3. Very quick low poke. What is this on block? I always forget. -12 on block, so can't be launched. Worth noting. And then we have down back 2, only -13. Very evasive. Completely blocks highs. Boom. It gives a nice knockdown on counter hit. Decent damage too. It's nowhere near Jin's down 2, but it is still a very strong low. So those 3 will be your main lows. Now, I'm going to talk about grabs. Usually I don't in these guides. I think grabs are very, very important on Devil Jin, especially in the lower level. So I suggest learning your grabs. Because think about it, right? He's all about plus frames. We're always going to be like in our opponent's face with the new up one and using these options to get plus frames. So grabs can go a long way. And he has a full grab game. So all the different breaks. We have, I'll show you the ones I usually use. We have forward 1+2 or up forward 1+2. It's the same thing. This is Stonehead 1+2 break, 35 damage. We have quarter circle back 1+3. Oops, quarter circle back 1+3. The complicated wire. This is a 1 break, and we have down forward 2+3 for a 2 break. Those are the, but basically, there's other grabs, you can just look in the move list, but basically, you want to learn your grabs on this character, mix up your opponent. Grabs are especially strong in this game because of how they automatically beat like parries and heat smashes and stuff, and they, on counter hit, they're really hard to break. And new players, no one knows how to break grabs. Like I always say, no one uses grabs enough in Tekken. So learn your grabs, especially off pressure. You can like pressure with this, go into a grab. Lots of options here. Devil Jin is just, he's a very all-around character. He has it all. He literally has it all. In terms of, we'll do punishment really quick. 10 frame is basic 1-1-2. Very, very strong. Puts your opponent on the ground, gives you the advantage. If they stay on the ground, we can look for like a Morning Crow 3. Lots of options there. Excellent 10 frame punish. 12 frame, back to 1. 14 frame is the electric if you have insane execution. Personally, I can't get the electric at 14 frames. It's like really, really hard. So usually you won't be punishing with the electric at 14 frames. You'll just be doing the back 2-1. But we do have a regular easy mode launcher at 15 frames with down 3+4, the can. Starts a full combo, you know, what's not to like. While standing punishments, we have 11 frame, while standing 4-4, 13 frame, while standing 1-2, and his 15 frame is while standing 2, and you get a full combo. So, that's been Devil Jin. I hope you guys enjoyed. Really, really cool character. I'm actually planning on making a lot of other content on him just because I like him so much in this game. I never thought I would click with him as much as I did. So we're going to be making more content on Devil Jin and any other character because I'm still doing guides on every single character. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and are interested in that, and I will see you guys later. Take it easy.